COVID-19 is a viral disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. This disease spreads through the air and is highly infectious. Due to its high transferability, COVID-19 has caused a worldwide pandemic. In America alone, there have been 11.1 million cases, and the number is still increasing. In order to combat this disease, there has been a push for people to wear masks. Masks, when used properly, can limit the spread of COVID-19. Especially on college campuses where there is a lot of social interaction, mask usage can be an important tool to mitigate the spread of the disease. There is speculation that people have started wearing masks less as time has gone on due to their increased comfort with COVID and the pandemic. We hypothesize that this would be the case among Georgia Tech students as well. In order to test if this is true, we use data collected over a 10-week span from the Georgia Tech campus. This data included the number of people wearing masks properly in a multitude of places around campus each week. The data was collected at the same places and same times over the course of the study. We compared the number of people wearing their masks properly in the first 5 weeks to the number in the last 5 weeks using a statistical test, known as a t-test. The test showed a p-value of 0.15, which essentially means that our data was statistically insignificant, and thus shows that using our data there is no evidence that the number of people wearing masks properly has changed dramatically over time. The following bar graph shows this percentage. The first bar shows the percentage of people wearing masks properly in the first 5 weeks. The second bar shows the percentage of people wearing masks properly in the last 5 weeks. As you can see, there is a slight decrease in those wearing masks properly, but not a significant decrease. This is consistent with what we found while running our statistical test. This experiment is significant because it shows that while the number of people wearing masks hasn't decreased to a great extent, it also hasn't increased. According to the CDC, at least 90% of the population must wear a mask to slow down transmission of COVID. As we didn't begin with 90% of Georgia Tech students wearing a mask and we have not increased, it is evident that we are not meeting this recommended percentage. Currently, there is a debate on whether wearing masks should be mandatory or not. This experiment helps promote the idea that masks should be mandated, as there have been 246,000 COVID cases and people continue to ignore mask recommendation as evidenced by our data.
Avoiding the immediate call for mandatory mask wearing as the pandemic continues to spread. CEO of Emory Healthcare, Dr. Jonathan Lewin, urging state and local governments to take action ahead of.
Current research from the Pew Research Data Center shows that the general American public has increased its usage of masks by 20 percentage points. Our research shows that around Georgia Tech campus there has been no significant change in mask usage. Of course, this number could be biased due to the smaller sample size and human error in our study. However, this does fill a gap in research on Georgia Tech students and mask usage in current research. This experiment is therefore important because it shows lawmakers, or at least college campus directors, that they need to more strictly enforce mask usage, and maybe even consider mandating mask usage, as people are not feeling a great urgency to wear masks.